Okay, this video is about stacking silver again. I love stacking silver. I love the sound when you get a bunch of, let's say, silver eagles in your hand, 3 or 4, you drop them on a table. The sound of the metal is very unique. Try doing that with some of your quarters that are minted today. They're nothing but slugs, worthless. So yesterday I made a video about stacking silver versus a savings account. As in my last video, it was demonetized. I guess YouTube didn't like it. I didn't say anything political. I didn't say anything negative about our banking system. I didn't say anything negative about the fake news media outlets. I didn't say anything negative. Demonetized. I guess, again, YouTube just doesn't want to hear us preaching the truth anymore. So, why do I prefer stacking silver and holding it in our safe versus putting that same money into a savings account? Well, first of all, why do I need somebody else to hold my money? I'm an adult. I can maybe understand if the banks are paying us 5-6% interest on our savings account, but they're not. I heard that they're paying like 0.75% interest on a savings account. Somebody look that up. What savings accounts, what interest bear on a savings account in a bank? I'm very curious, and leave it in a comment. But for that, why have somebody else hold your money? Your wife's wedding ring, for that matter. Does she go out to somebody and, hey, can you hold this for me, please? It's too heavy. No, she holds it. She puts it wherever, in her jewelry box, and it goes in her little jewelry, wooden jewelry box or whatnot. She holds it herself. She's an adult. She doesn't need somebody to hold it. She doesn't need somebody to carry her purse. She's strong enough to do it herself. So why have somebody else hold your valuables such as money? Did you know those safety deposit boxes in a bank? The banks are allowed to confiscate everything in it in what they deem as an emergency, maybe a financial emergency. So any gold or cash in those boxes, by law, it belongs to them. Did you know that? Savings accounts, same thing go with a savings account. You ever hear the term bail-in? Bail-in, B-A-I-L-I-N, bail-in. It's happened a couple of times overseas, but you wouldn't know about it because our news will not report that because they don't want you to be wise. It's when the depositors bail in a government financially. So the government reaches into those savings accounts and take a percentage of them because they deemed it a national emergency. It's called a bail-in. Look it up. I'm dying if I'm lying. So I prefer to hold my own money and silver. We have a small bit of cash in case of an emergency, in case a bank gets shut down or something like that, or just can't get a hold of any cash, and we keep our silver. And we hold it ourselves because we're adults. Stuff like banking holidays, where the bank's shut down and you can't get any money out of the ATM but a small portion. Banks can't confiscate anything that's in our home. It's out of their reach, So some of the silver I collect, I made a mistake on my last video. I said my largest bar was a 10-ounce bar. That was incorrect. I have, I think, 3 20-ounce bars. I think I have a couple of 10s, and a couple of 5s. But my bulk of what I stack is 1-ounce Silver Eagles, minted by the federal government, as my primary go-to stack when I go to buy silver. Uncirculated Silver Eagles. My second choice, and this is the hierarchy, by the way, what I will buy first. So it's Silver Eagles. Then I like maple leaves, Canadian maple leaves. I like maple leaves because they change the image on the back of the coin, as well as the front. The Queen, as you know, her image changes from coin to coin sometimes, but the back of the coin, a lot of times, it's something completely different, and that's what I like about it. So I like Canadian maple leaves. My third go-to collection would be just some rounds. They're not printed by they're not minted by the government. They're just by third-party businesses, like like SD Bullion has a couple of those vendors on their website, and you could buy these unique coins that look like pirates' booty and stuff like that. I don't collect too many of that, like I said, but I have a few because they're kind of pretty to look at. I also recommend these. I'm coming around a curve. I don't know if the camera's focusing really good on this. These are dime size, 1/10 ounce, pure silver rounds. On the front, let's see if I can get, there's the front actually. They look like Silver Eagles, the lady standing, or whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to angle this, keep bumps in the road and whatnot. And the back looked like birds on a dime, the old dimes, little, or I should say, what was it, quarters that used to have these birds with the wings fanned out. So I like, I'm starting to collect these smaller increments. Now why? Why collect the smaller increments? They might be more easily tradable when the time comes. Let's face it, there's not a lot of people that are collecting silver, and a lot of people don't have a lot of silver for that matter. So you bring them a 20-ounce bar, and you only want to buy something that's really only worth, a half an ounce or something like that. They're not going to be able to make change, so to speak, quote unquote. But start getting some smaller increments, quarters. They make the same. I just wish I would have took one out of this. They make these same coins, these 1/10 ounces, in quarter size, 25th quarter ounce. Yeah, they make these same 1/10 ounces in quarter ounce increments also. So I recommend getting some of the smaller coins. The downside to getting the smaller coins, there's a slight bit more premium price on them. So a lot of people look away from them. If you guys have buckets of change that have been lying around, those big water jugs, and if you guys have any of those lying around full of change, go through them carefully. Obviously there's a bunch of coins out there from years past that had silver in them, but the higher concentration of those coins would be 1964 and prior. Quarters and dimes were 90% silver, also known as junk silver today. Do not accidentally put them in a coin roll and give it to the bank for cash. You got to keep them. As silver price increases, those coins also, the price will increase. So other than that, you're a grown boy. Just keep you're a grown girl too. Just keep enough money in the bank to pay your bills, and just keep the rest at home. If you have any excess money above and beyond what you need to pay your bills, it should not be in the bank. It should be at home in your safe. And hopefully you're taking that cash and investing it into something a little bit more wiser than a piece of paper that says it's worth value, but it has nothing backing it, such as gold and silver. Folks, have a great day. I'm gonna go into the gym. I think I've eaten too much over the last 2 weeks. I'm getting fat again. Take care.